Today, with this episode, I want to talk to you about believe, or self belief. Because in the past, I've talked a lot about passion, vision, setting goals, and how to set goals. But one of the things I've come to realize is that people lack a belief in themselves as to whether they'll be able to do what it is that they want to do. Hello there, my name is Dr. Evelyn Tawia, and as part of my personal development series, I'd like to talk and to continue on the subject of belief. I am a person of faith, and I'm not talking this time about a belief in a supernatural, because supernatural, our God is giving us all the gifts and abilities and our talents, and it's up to us to believe that we've got all it takes for us to become successful. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my second book, the first being the Bible, of course, Jack Canfield and the Success Principles. There's sort of things that you need to do if you want to move yourself from where you are now, maybe feeling stuck, feeling broke, feeling miserable, your relationships aren't working well, you are broke in your pocket, your job isn't going well, from there to where you want to be, to that life, that successful, fruitful, productive life. I want to, tackle belief. Okay, so I'm going to read a quote. Okay, and this is chapter 4, and it says, "Believe it's possible." Okay, so the number one problem that keeps people from winning in the United States, and I'll argue all over the world, Europe, Africa, Asia, everywhere else, today is the lack of belief in ourselves. Okay, Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, once said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." In fact, the mind is such a powerful instrument. It can deliver to you literally everything you want. But you first have to believe that what you want is possible. And belief is a choice. Whether you believe or not is a choice. It's something that is well within your control. Okay, it's simply a thought you choose to think over and over until it becomes automatic. So you believe in yourself that you can do the sort of things you say you want to do. You do that over and over and over again. You believe in yourself, and it eventually becomes part of you. Just like our negative beliefs, we think them over and over and work them out in our minds, and it eventually becomes automatic, and that's all we think about. Belief is the same. So you get what you expect. If you've got low expectations, you get low things. If you have big expectations, big, bold, hairy expectations and goals and visions, you will get that too. But you will need to believe that that is possible. Okay, you've got to believe. You can be anything you want to be if only you believe with sufficient conviction and act in accordance with your faith. For whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. This is by a guy called Napoleon Hill, and he wrote a lot about being successful. It's starting from your mind. It's a mindset thing. All right. So just the various topics, subheadings, I would say, is believe in yourself and go for it. Whatever your dream is, your passion, your goal, whether it's that little nursery you wanted to set up, whether it's that bakery shop, whether you wanted to go online and set up a business, whether you wanted to go back to university, whether you wanted you're looking for better health than you are, whatever it is you can think about, just believe that you can do it, and just you go ahead and just do it. Believe even when you don't know how the requirements will be met. Now, I'm just going to stop here because lots of us want to do things, but we want to have all the plans in place and have all the answers and have all the resources and everything else before we start. Now, if we're waiting for that to happen before we think we've heard from God, then you're going to be there for a very, very long time. Many of us start, and many of the successful people, you can ask them, start when they do not know what the end is going to look like. They do what they can today. They do their best today, because as you go, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer. So do not wait for all the stars to line up or all the traffic lights to go green before you start. Start where you are. Start with what you've got, and believe that you will get to where you want to get to. Okay. All right. Now this chapter here, I particularly like it because it really, although this guy, it's not a Christian by no means, but you know, this really lines up with my beliefs here. You weren't an accident. You weren't mass produced. You aren't an assembly line product. You were deliberately planned, specifically gifted, and lovingly positioned on earth by the master craftsman, and it's by a guy called Max Lucado. So we were fearfully and wonderfully created. We do have our own ideas, we do have our own purpose and our passion. And these are the things that if we pursue, if we have belief in what it is that is entrusted to us individually, mine will be very, very different from yours. Could be different from the third person's. If you find what your purpose and your passion, you believe, just have the belief in it and go for it and go fully after it, because God put you here to be able to excel in your belief, to be a blessing to yourself, but a blessing to the whole world, because that's how you are going to be happy. You're going to be very successful, very happy, and impact the world. So have belief in yourself and just go after it. Okay. Believing in yourself is an attitude that you can and should develop. And the choice of what we believe is up to us. Like I said, you can choose to believe negative things, but choose to believe the positive things. Because what we think, what we decide, how we see ourselves, how we see other people, the actions we take or don't take are our responsibility. They are things well within our ability. Okay. So you have to give up I can't. Very important. Our language, what we use, the words we use. I can't. It's impossible. It's difficult. We've got to replace those words with I choose to, I want to, I enjoy, I love it. I'm aesthetic about it. I'm excited about it. Choose positive words. Choose words that are enhancing, uplifting, motivating, that will move you where you really want to be, and give up the negative ones. Okay. And one thing that is here is that it's never, ever, ever too late. Okay. There is so many examples of people who made it in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Find out. You can Google it yourself. Google it or go to YouTube and find out. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Apparently he was wanting to sell his formula, or he had something he wanted to do for a long time, and people did not believe him. He was 67 before he finally was able to break through with his formula. And today we've got Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we all enjoy it. So age is not a limit. There's people who've been running the marathon in a very, very old age. I've got a testimony as well. 47, single parent, 2 teenage children. That's when I went back to college and became a doctor. So age is not it. It's never too late. Okay. And again, if there's some young people listening to me, it's never too young. You're never too young. In fact, if you're young, it's the time to look at your goals. Begin to find out your purpose. Use your time purposely. In your area of your finances, look at that carefully, because you have the time. You haven't made the mistakes. You haven't wasted time on all sorts of things. You've got the time on your hands to get it right from the word go, because then you're able to teach your youngsters, your friends. Okay. And it says here again, and I think I will try and elaborate on that a bit, that don't assume you need a college degree to do whatever it is you need to do. And there's a list of so many people who no college degree: Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson. None of them had college degrees. None of them did. So you don't think you need a college degree to have belief in yourself to do what it is that you have to do. But all these people have employed people with college degrees. They've employed PhDs and MScs and people who've got so many qualifications. And they are working for the person who had no degree and had no qualification. So please do not assume you need a degree. All you need is the belief that your God-given goals and purposes and assets and desires and passions, you can bring it to pass. You need to work on those goals. You need to develop yourself. You need to do what it takes to move you from where you are now, April 2020, to where you want to be in the next year, in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years. So start from now. You do not have to be great to start, but you need to start to become great. This is my message for today. My name, again, is Dr. Evelyn Tawia. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, and like my videos. I shall see you the next time.